So here's Eureka up in my bedroom. I brought him up in the laundry basket because he's passing a hairball, which is making him feel all sick and insecure. And when I went to put him in the laundry, he was just clinging to my arm, and I told Mum and Dad about it, and they were like, he needs some support. You need to take him into your room. I was like, do I have to? And they're like, yeah, we think probably emotionally he needs a bit of company tonight. So I was like, is it really important for his emotional health? And Mum's like, yes, I actually think it's the right thing to do. And I was like, well, I'm glad you feel that way. I'll set up his bed in your room. And she's like, don't you dare. So I guess we found out that Mum's a little bit of a hypocrite. I think that's the word I want. But anyway, look at this, you guys. I've covered my whole floor with this blanket because most of the floor, as much as I can get it to stretch over, as a sort of shield in case he decides to cough it up in the middle of the night. I'm not really looking forward to it, but I mean, he's just really not feeling good. So we're just going to keep an eye on him. We looked it up online, and it says that, it should pop out with it in about 24 hours, and if he's still looking sick after that, we'll have to take him to the vet. In the meantime, I'm on cat babysitting duty because despite telling me that he absolutely needs someone to be with him tonight because he's feeling insecure, neither of the parents are willing to do it.
He's feeling sick, they said. He needs emotional support, they said. And he won't throw up in your room, they said.
4 o'clock in the morning, the cat gets on my bed, even though we covered the floor with a blanket, so if in the worst case scenario he did throw up, gets onto my bed and throws up. He threw up so much, we had to throw the doona away, and we haven't stopped running the washing machine. It's absolutely disgusting. And when I was dragging the bedding downstairs because it smelt so bad, I knocked over a painting that Mum hadn't hung up, and that woke them up. But I wasn't really sorry because it was their idea, and I thought on the whole it was just and proper that they should be up too, and we could all suffer and they could feel what they had done with their horrible advice. So I shall now hang out my bed and think some more vengeful thoughts against my parents who assured me that what the cat needed was emotional support. Next time they're concerned about his emotional well-being, he can jolly well sleep in their bedroom. I think so. Think that's a lot of it? No way. Think again. I'll be back soon. Yes, of course my quilt is pale pink. What did you expect? Pretty bedding looks particularly bad with cat sick on. Ugh. I'm going to go and put the next load on. Yeah, we're not done. We're not done.
Oh, I'm running out of mine.
Well, I hung out even more of my bed. In fact, I had to put a whole extra rack out for the rest of my bed that Eureka sucked up through, but it looks like I deleted it by accident. Never mind, I've probably whined enough against the parents, more than my soul should really have stood, to be honest, but I'm not sorry. I'm not even trying to be sorry, which is not good. Anyway, I thought I would just let you know that I was very hard done by, and there was even more washing than this. And you can enjoy the picture on your screen of the entirely unrepentant culprit. So we had our first really warm day of the year. I think it was, well, I can't remember when, last week. And I went into my wardrobe to get one of my cooler dresses out, which I just assumed was in good condition, because as you know, in the middle of the year I did Chaos Week, which is where I go through my clothes and make sure they're all fitted and coordinated. But I didn't bother looking at the summer frocks because I thought they were okay, and then I realised this week they're really not, which means I need to get some new dresses. And this is a bit awkward because I have the taste of a princess on the budget of a children's author. Fortunately I can sew, and fortunately Mum hoards fabric, so we're going to go downstairs and I'm going to see what appeals to me for my summer wardrobe. Oh yes, this will be quite fun actually. Oh, look how clean the stairs are. I dusted them, and I'm quite proud of that. Shall go down, down, down into the dark. Oops. Oh, let there be light. Doesn't that look dreadful? To our fabric cabinet, and we shall see what can be found. Ooh. One of the reasons I make my own clothes is that I opened the garage door behind the camera so the light's all right. Sorry for the noise. One of the reasons I make my own clothes is that me and Mum have this big philosophy about art, which is that when you're an artist, it's about making things in life beautiful. And we don't believe that an artist is so much someone who has a canvas that they paint on, or a musician with a musical instrument that they play, or even a writer. We think that an artist is someone who finds ways to create beauty and elegance and consistency in any area of life that they possibly can, because what's really interesting and powerful with art is when you start integrating it in every aspect of your life. And that's one of the reasons I make my own clothes, because I have a very strong aesthetic, which I want, and it's not really that easy to find. And even if I did buy it, I'd still have to find the time to, make alterations, because nothing fits me off the rack. So, I really like the look of that. Seems plenty of fabric there. And of course this, I'm thinking definitely something that the silhouette will have that sort of Christian Dior feel to it, because that's my favourite silhouette. But I'm thinking I might add a little bit of, Renaissance fairy tale flair to it, but only subtly, just subtly. So I like the look of that. Also, I know Mum won't want that because Mum hates florals. Ooh. Ooh. You know what? I think the combination of that's really pretty. I could probably do like maybe a bow or a neck piece up there. I don't know. I really like that. I try not to put too much contrast in clothes because it really cuts down what you can put them with, but I think that's fine. Well, actually, I think that'll be enough to be getting on with, because now I've got to come up with a design. I'll have to do some sketches and take into consideration how the fabric behaves. And the other thing is I'll have to pre-wash it, because they're really high quality cottons, which means they do shrink after their first wash, which is really annoying if you've gone to the trouble of making a custom dress that is perfectly fitted and then you put it in the washing machine and it goes very horrible. So yeah, No, I won't be washing those today, will I? Because my washing machine is still going with all of my bedding that Eureka sucked up in. How fun! But I'll put them somewhere, and hopefully I will get on to pre-washing those and doing my designs this week, and I'll let you know what I come up with.
You guys, look at this. I have to whisper because even though it's only 9 o'clock, Mum and Dad have decided to have an early night. I hate coming to an unmade bed, but all of my bedding was in the washing. So I made the bed up, and then I found this old curtain lying around in storage. So I pulled that across the bed so it would look nice and cozy for me to get into. Because, as I have said, the cat threw up over all my bedding, and it's still quite, there's not that much drying weather. Well, it should be dry now, but it took 2 days, and I just couldn't be bothered making my bed at the end of the day. So that's what I did this morning. I made up my bed with a spare quilt underneath it, and I finished it off with a curtain. Look at this. It's even got rings on it because I just couldn't stand to come up to an ugly looking bed. Anyway, I think I'm going to follow the example of the parents and read my Bible and have an early night. Good night. Well, my obsession with PG Wodehouse this week, see other videos that I've made, is obviously meant to be, because here I was in the New South Wales Department of it's like the DMV, but they do other things as well. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, there I was, and I had the good sense to not return the library books before I poodled off to New South Wales Service, I think they call it, because I thought I might have a long wait and I might need to read something. And boy, was I right. Although I did sit next to a very nice chatty lady. She was just a delight, and she had gorgeous children, so that was fun. But when she left, I pulled out Mum's Agatha Christie novel, and then I opened it, and look at this, you guys. It's actually dedicated to P.G. Wodehouse, and it says, whose books and stories have brightened my life for many years, also to show my pleasure in him having been kind enough to tell me that he enjoys my books. Well, there you go. I just thought that was quite cool. Two of my favourite authors knew each other. Well, at least I think she's my favourite author. I thought I'd read her in, like, I'd listen to audiobooks, but I might just have listened to radio dramas. Imagine if they were actually horrible and I'm endorsing something I never read. Ugh, that's not good. Anyway, yeah, I just thought that was interesting.
Hello all, it's Ruthie. I'm just walking home from town where I got my license renewed, which went considerably better than I thought it would. I actually hate going to one of those official government places because there's so many things that can go wrong. You can have the wrong paperwork and not the right ID. Anyway, not my favourite thing to do, and I don't think that's particularly original. But actually it was no problem, and they just renewed the licence, and I paid the fee, and no problem, so that's good. And I'm not wearing a hat because even though I'm fanatical about sun protection, even when it's not summer, I didn't want to wear a hat because I knew it would mess up my hair, and then you're stuck with the ugly photo for, well, too long, and I know the photo will be ugly. And then you know what's really upsetting about your ugly photos on official documents? Well, my ugly photos, sorry. Maybe you look like a, I don't know, film star from the golden period in Hollywood, and if so, don't tell me about it. I don't want to know about it. I really don't want to know about it. Anyway, I do not. I always look hideous. And then, of course, the really sad thing is that when you need to produce ID for whatever, it works and they recognise you, which of course is convenient, but it's like, oh, that's not really positive. So anyway, I did that, and then I went to the library because I finally finished Paradise Lost by John Milton, and I have gained some sympathy for people who think that Satan is the star of the book. I still don't think they're correct. I think Milton was having a laugh at Satan, but after the start, the book, I feel it flags, and it gets really heavy, and it gets really theological, and it's hard going, and it doesn't sort of pick up till the end. So I was in the library, and Dante's Inferno's on my reading list, and I opened it, and I was like, Oh no, I just cannot stand more epic poetry at the moment. It just seems completely hideous. Same reason with the Iliad. I really should have got the Iliad out, because one of my mammoth uber huge projects that I've got running in the background of my life has something to do with the Iliad. And my Iliad is currently in storage in Sydney. So I should have probably got the Iliad, but same problem. I'm not in the mood for epic poetry. So what I ended up getting was, I don't know what this is going to be like at all, but The Woman in White by, Wilkie Collins. I think Wilkie Collins is supposed to be a little bit weird. I don't know if that's true or not. I guess I'll find out, and I'll give you my unsolicited opinion, because that's just what the internet needs. More people giving unasked for opinions. And I got some lovely children's books too. This is really clever. This is beautiful. And oh yeah. So I will be reviewing those on my playlist Look What I Got at the Library, if you're interested. Anyway, that's been enough of a little sit down for me. I think I shall now wander on, because it looks like a little storm might be wandering in. Rolling in. Oh goodness me. I'm not much of a writer. I can't find the right word. Anyway, it looks like a storm is coming in. And although I love storms, I like storms when I'm on the inside with a nice cup of tea, not sitting in the park under a tree. And since I have almost been struck by lightning in my life, I think I better get a move on. Oh, cute. It's a bit cold out there, and look at little Jasper cuddled up on the hay bale. They love that hay bale. They take turns at sleeping on the hay bale. And Mum's making a casserole for tea, and it smells amazing. Oh, it's got a few more hours to go, but it's going to be so delicious, and it's a particularly nice day for it because it's a little bit grey and cold. It started off pretty nice, but yeah, it's got kind of cold and grey. Anyway, that has been the daily doings at Rosebank House. Thank you so much for following along. We do so enjoy your company. And yeah, I hope you have an absolutely lovely weekend and get all refreshed for when your week starts on Monday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.